News 5 Live. A massive fire in Belize City erupts on Pickstock Street, destroying a house and leaving a family homeless. Pressure mounting on GOB for appointing a minister's brother as Director of Indigenous Peoples Affairs. Minister Orlando Habet responds to the criticisms of the Spanish Lookout community. And Easter is here. We'll show you where to get the best fish and where all the fun is happening. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Well, sir, I really need to go through some stress with my barber. This man here, they push my hairline way back to the 90s. Sure. People, they call me BB Buck Farid now.
So I got a problem, right? I just did this photo shoot, and I want the best photo shoot. But somebody don't want me to post it up. I just tired of this, man.
And I want to tell her to catch me on my way out. I stopped at the shop and I tell the lady I want $5 tacos. You could imagine what they give me? No. What the your problem?
Honestly, life good for me over here. I just upgraded to the DigiOne Elite. I have unlimited postpaid plans, DigiTV, free home phone, and the fastest home internet.
I going to upgrade mines now.
$13,835,700 eggs are eaten by tourists each year, fueling our thriving economy. Tourism means business.
Good evening. Welcome to News 5 Live for Thursday, March 28th. I am Annalyn Apollonia. A fire erupted on Wednesday night in Belize City. It destroyed a house on Pickstock Street. While no injuries were reported, the inferno destroyed the belongings and property of several persons. News 5 was on the scene, and reporter Brittany Gordon has the story.
With Easter Sunday just a few days away, Jessica Lara and her family are tonight in disbelief after a fire destroyed their neighbor's house on Thursday night on Pickstock Street in Belize City. The fire erupted just a few feet away from Lara's residence.
So I just little while got in back from work and I was, just relaxing. I heard my neighbor frantic, and that's what made me look through the window, and I saw smoke, and I ran downstairs and I told my mom, smoke, and by the time I looked out, ran in for a 5 gallon of water and came back out, the downstairs was completely engulfed, and it escalated to upstairs, and that's where it got out of hand rather quickly. So it started from the bottom.
Lara, her mother, and her son quickly exited the house and fled from the flames. She told News 5 that the upper half of her neighbor's house was constructed from wood, which contributed to how quickly the fire spread. She says that community members helped control the blaze.
I have to commend my community. Everybody tried their best. We did what we could at the moment and tried to clear everybody out of the way so nothing happened to them. And, it was rough, but everybody, I definitely could say, tried in some way or the next.
Do you feel that the response from the fire service was quick enough? In your case, it helped you?
Well, in those times, a minute feels like an hour, but I'd say when they did come, they they worked rather quickly because it was huge, you know. They worked fast and tried to find the main spot, and I believe they did a good job at containing, well, not containing it, but outing it, you know.
Although her neighbors remained unharmed, Laura noted that they were unable to salvage anything from the house, even losing a dog that had been trapped on the second floor. Laura's house sustained some water and fire damage.
It's more to the back of the house. Inside, we have a corner that everything completely well burnt, a lot of clothing, nothing much, well, you know, not to complain about that, but it was starting to catch in there, and one of the firefighters, she went in and she went straight upstairs and tried to subside that. So otherwise, just water damage on that back area, but thank God that, you know, everything else is fine.
Laura noted that one of the residents, Alicia Rancharan, was in the process of renovating and furnishing the house before the fire broke out. While Laura and her family are cleaning up the debris and water left in the house, she is unsure of what her neighbors will do next.
Oh, well, my neighbor, unfortunately, she recently, was trying to get all of her stuff, her couches, her appliances. They were working really hard to get their stuff and try to build a good life. So they definitely major loss. Now we're trying to see how we can possibly get some help to fix the roofing and the wiring and, move from there. Lots of cleaning, but thankfully we still have a structure and everything. So definitely thanks to God for, and I'm sure as a community and as Belizeans, we'll be able to help Miss Alicia as well and her family. Everything, an end can only bring a new beginning. So hoping for the best for them.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Pressure is mounting on the government over the appointment of Gustavo Requena as the Director of Indigenous Peoples Affairs. Requena, who is the brother of Cabinet Minister Oscar Requena, succeeded Greg Chuck. Requena's appointment did not come without concerns and criticism. The Toledo Alcaldes Association first fired off a press release saying they were not consulted and that Requena has publicly shared anti-Maya land rights sentiments. The association also expressed concerns over Requena's familial relationship with the minister. Tonight, the Belize National Indigenous Council also expresses deep concern regarding Requena's appointment. The council says that the government's decision to appoint Requena is a lack of serious commitment to the plight of the indigenous peoples of Belize. The council says, quote, "What we are witnessing here is the setting up of an office that will be marred in partisan politics and from the eyes of the people lacking integrity." End of quote. According to the council, transparent selection processes are imperative for such a crucial position, and Belize has individuals well versed in indigenous and social matters. 2 weeks ago, during the Spanish Lookout Expo in Cayo, several community leaders criticized the government's performance. One significant point of contention revolved around what was perceived as excessive regulation in the business sector, particularly the prohibition of single-use plastics. One of the persons who criticized the government was Harry Leckman. He said he was disappointed with the government, saying the outcome fell short of expectations. In response, Minister of Sustainable Development Orlando Habet defended the government's actions.
I think that the criticism is unfair. By having a piece of legislation through the regulations that we formulated, I think it was a start. And we told the public that it was a start. We know that everything is going to work on 100% in the beginning. As a matter of fact, it was for single-use plastics. We didn't even look at other plastics. Now, the importers and the producers of plastics locally have a standard that they have to abide by. Now, the Bureau of Standards sets the standards, and they do the review of the documentation from the importing country or the producers to make sure that they are meeting the standards. We know that things can be falsified. It comes to the Department of Environment, they do a review, and then they issue the licenses. So we are really on the receiving end. However, One thing that we didn't have was, and I think the importers especially and some of the local producers knew that we don't have the capabilities for testing. So what we did initially was to do a few tests and then send it outside for testing. Well, 3 samples cost us $70,000 to test. So we were sure that it wasn't something that was feasible and that we couldn't continue doing on our own. However, recently we obtained the equipment that now we will be able to do our own local testing for these biodegradable products, and so this will now stop. The Department of Environment has done a study, and they already have a study that will be revealed shortly to Cabinet, in which they will show where the faults are, where we need to go. But in addition to that, we have already anticipated what was going to happen, so we already are modifying the regulations so that then we can step it up.
As for the other concerns raised at the community gathering, Habet says it's a matter of interpreting the law. He went further to speculate that based on the chairman's tone and what he was saying, some members of the community were not in agreement.
Mostly, I think, issues with compliance with the environment. Normally, you will always have criticism with the Department of Environment. Many people don't want to comply with the regulations, but they're there. For example, one that is a very difficult one is requirements for an EIA when you want to have the development of 300 acres or more of clearing of forest to do agriculture or livestock. So what you get sometimes is, well, it's only 300 acres. Well, the law says 300 acres or more. So what they do sometimes is, okay, only 295 then, doesn't reach the 300. So we have to say, no, that's not how you interpret the law. So things like that, and you will always be criticized. But we are trying to work with the different communities. The Spanish Code community is one for certain. And I also believe that the criticism and the way, the tone and everything else that the chairman spoke with and about isn't the same thing and isn't accepted by our community members in Spanish Code. So I don't think he has 100% support in the way he expresses himself.
During the interview with Minister Orlando Habet, he was also asked about the PUP's performance in the March 6 municipal elections in San Ignacio and Santa Elena. The UDP gained seats in that municipality with only one PUP candidate who was successful. Habet mentioned that the area has traditionally supported the UDP, leading to challenges when attempting to implement projects.
San Ignacio has always been difficult. I am currently the last PUP mayor that we had since I came out in 2003. We have lost all the municipal elections until the previous election where we had 5 councillors. Before I got in, there was also 21 years of UDP administration in San Ignacio, so it's practically a UDP town. But we have been able to make some inroads. For example, Cairo North, which was really, really red, and we have won some seats in there already. We have won twice in the national elections with Mr. Mahmoud and Minister Shabat. I won it by 65 votes when I was the mayor of the town, and when I lost, I also won it, but because of Santa Elena town, we really have lost many of the municipal elections. Kudos to the current mayor, Mayor Trapp. He has his way of doing things. In my constituency, I think I'm pretty safe. I won most of the solid votes in the 5 boxes that we had in the elections, and also I won 5 councillors in my constituency. So I lost the mayoral by 57 votes, and it was on the split votes that they caught us up. What happened, and I don't really know, but I was in the counting station, and the split votes were, many of them were 6 blue, red mayor, 6 blue, red mayor, so it was sort of like a protest vote. But part of the problem also, and the public must know, is that it is really difficult to work with a mayor who is in opposition who doesn't want to work with you. So even though I am the representative for Cayo Northeast and polling area 72 Mora Town is part of my constituency, the mayor has jurisdiction over the town. But it cannot be that every time I want to plant a tree on a park, I will have to ask him for permission. Or if I have to do a project, I have to ask him for permission. And if he doesn't want to work with me, what will we do? So that makes it very difficult.
Coming up, did you get your fish for Lent?
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
With RFNG Insurance, you can request a quote, renew a policy, purchase a policy, and even file a claim effortlessly with WhatsApp. Here's how. WhatsApp the words "Get Started" to 670-8700. We will prompt you to select the service that you are interested in. Select the service and answer a few simple questions. An RFNG representative will process your request and follow up with you when your transaction is completed. It's that easy. Skip lines and WhatsApp us. Remember, it pays to get it right with RFNG Insurance, a road group company.
We all know about the phasing out of single-use plastics and the enactment of pollution from the plastics regulations. One of the key components in this regulation states that for an item to be considered biodegradable, it must consist of more than 50% of bio-based content. Here, you will find out how the Department of the Environment determines what items meet the criteria and what equipment is being used to guide that process.
Since 2019, the Department of the Environment has been working with CIFAS in doing microplastics. Through this project, CIFAS has donated 2 microscope Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy equipment to strengthen capacities on monitoring and enforcement to reduce marine litter and plastic pollution. The FTIR can be used to identify unknown materials. The Department of the Environment will use the equipment to determine the composition of single-use plastics and biodegradable products to enforce the environmental protection, pollution from plastics regulations.
While we have a long way to go with the implementation of the pollution from plastics regulation, having this equipment is one step closer. For more information on what's being done about biodegradables and ways you can help, visit our website at www.doe.gov.bz.
It's that time of year again when Christians and anyone else who loves fish make that trip to the fish market and pay a few dollars more per pound of fish, all in keeping with the practice that goes with Lent. Make a sacrifice for the 40 days and eat fish on Fridays. So on Good Friday, a great number of people will be eating their fish, which meant that today they were out buying those fish and the fishermen were there to accommodate. News 5's Marian Ali was also there to get that story and filed this report.
Whatever type of fish you prefer, you could get it today. The fish market off Vernon Street in Belize City was buzzing as boats rolled in with fresh catches and fishermen placed their prices. Harry Lang was one of them.
I had kingfish.
Okay.
I just right now I have barracuda, snapper, or a few like little small grouper like Jimmy Hine and stuff like that.
Okay.
And some grunt. But most of the other fish they're gone already. But the only problem with it, whenever this time come along, it's hard to get them.
Really? I wonder why that is.
I guess because they feel Easter and then probably know some people who are the upside of us disappear.
The fish is smart, eh? At this time of year, the prices of fish soar because fish is in high demand. And they will also cost you by the type you want to eat. But Harry Lang says he'll work with your budget.
This is the time when you kind of play with the price.
Okay, but I've heard your prices are 7, 8, 9, 10?
10. Yep. Some people sell for 12 and all that stuff, but I don't go that high. I try to work with the people.
Okay, so I could come out here and get waponga fish for $7. What would I get?
You get a pound of fish for $7. I'll probably give you size here. 6. Normally people sell for 5. I got $25 on it.
Okay.
But right now that's 7.
So the smallest ones I can, but I can still get a pound of fish for 7.
Even if sell for 5. I always work with whoever come.
The type of fish you buy is also significant because of the way you can prepare it based on its texture. Devon Orozco says he will take home snappers to fry.
Well, me, the reason why I like it is because I feel like it tastes better than the rest of snappers there to me. Red snapper. Now a fish were real already, you don't really catch it like that. And then I would like just half fry it or fully fry it, kind of like what, put it in white rice or just chew it down and what's not really. Would make one soup out of it, fish tea.
This Lenten season has provided fish cleaner Chantel with a new means of income.
I'm in the market, I sit down and I say, you know what, the time get up and help clean too. And I say everybody to make me one too, so I step out and make mine to see a way too.
You find wrong Lent and Easter, you make more?
This is my first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did it take you long to learn how to do that?
No, ma'am.
But it's it comes with its risks, right? Because you could get hurt.
Yes, ma'am. And then the nail, bone could jump up here and stuck in your nails and things.
Has that happened to you yet?
No, ma'am, not yet so far. Praise God.
If you didn't get your fish in time for Good Friday, the fishermen and the cleaners will be out again on Holy Saturday, when the prices are expected to also be back to normal. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
Whether you will travel this Easter by land or sea, the boats were out from early and so were the buses. Today, many people traveled to their destination for the Easter, and News 5's Marian Ali was at the bus and the water taxi terminals to capture those scenes. Here's that report.
While almost everybody who will spend the Easter in another part of the country away from home travel on Holy Thursday, this morning was not as chaotic as it can be known to get. Over at the Caribbean Sprinter Water Taxi Terminal near the Swing Bridge, the cargo manager, Joel A., could talk to us because it wasn't yet crowded.
Well, at the moment, it's not that busy, but we expect for make it get busy by 1:30. 1:30, that when the time we start to get busy bad.
Everybody come in luggage?
Yes, come with luggage and sometimes cargo, and that when we need for dip and But for we game.
So you have the boats on standby, or you have to rent? You have to charter, rent, or?
No, we have our boats. We have our boats on standby, and they are already available. So if in case we need our next boat, well, we have that ready.
At the bus terminal, we caught up with Philip, Father Henry, and Aldine Williams, who were waiting to catch their buses.
I'm here so that I can catch the bus.
You're heading where?
So, yes.
Okay. First time traveling for Easter?
No. Okay. But first time alone?
Yeah.
Yes.
With you, I haven't done it in 15 years. I have 11 children, and 7 are police officers there in the south. But I have not traveled in these locations for quite a while. So today I am saying that, I'm off to Placencia.
Ian Henry, who has made the bus terminal a place of employment, assured us that everything was progressing along orderly.
The crowd everything is all right. Everybody's selling the tickets for the bus. Everybody's purchasing the tickets for the Easter holiday. Tomorrow is Good Friday, so people don't want to travel tomorrow because they will barely have any bus running tomorrow. So right now the crowd is coming today.
Even in the chaos of everything, to ensure both passenger safety and to prevent a repeat of a previous mishap some years ago, Joel A. assured that they turn on their boat engines before any passenger gets on board.
The engines are turned on first, and also the captain, they have their checklist. They check the engines, everything what the boat needs to be checked, and they report it to their supervisor.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
Easter 2024 is upon us, and with that comes various celebrations filled with traveling, food, and family. Whether it's to Kikocker, Placencia, Dangriga, or right at home, there are many places and ways to celebrate in Belize. We checked in with a few people in Belize City to see how they are planning to spend the holiday this year.
So how are you celebrating Easter this year?
Well, I'm celebrating Easter the way I usually, like giving Jesus the top of the line treatment. Happy birthday, Jesus, and happy resurrection. That's the way I celebrate with my family, because he is the reason why we have Easter. It's not about the pool, it's not about going to the sea. I mean, that's all good, but it's about Jesus Christ being raised from the dead and celebrating him in our lives.
How are you spending your Easter this year?
I'm gonna be on a cruise.
Okay. Looking forward to eating anything special?
Yes. I don't know what yet.
Where are you going?
We'll be just out on the ocean. We'll be on our way back to Florida.
Okay, how are you spending your Easter this year?
Nothing much. Like, I'll just stay home, literally.
Looking forward to eating anything special?
Not really.
Are you spending it with the family?
Would say that, yeah.
Well, we're planning on going out to maybe go swim and have some fun. And also I'm planning on finishing my books this year.
Okay. Eating anything good?
Drinking actually, a pina colada because it's very hot.
Spending it with friends or family?
Friends and family.
Can you tell me how you're spending your Easter this year?
Fine up to now. But I'm not going nowhere. My daughter can spend it with me and my granddaughter.
Yeah, cook anything?
Nah, no me cook.
What are you looking forward to doing?
Well, just hang in there and get the health and strength from the Lord and hang out. Apart from that, nothing.
Samson Jacobs.
How are you spending your Easter this year?
Right at home, watching Crucifix movie, eating bread and bun, and just have a fine time.
Doing anything special with your family? Who else is going to be there?
No, just make sure I attend Mass and just spend, my sister died last year, so we're celebrating her 1 year.
What are you looking forward to eating?
Fish, bun, bread, and some plastic pudding.
We just spend the time with the family and kids, and try behave ourselves, try not drink too much.
Looking forward to eating anything?
Fish.
What's your name, sir?
Arnold Portillo.
All right. Could you spell your last name?
Portillo.
I usually go to Placencia and Holy Thursday like today, right? But this year I'm not making it. I have a family in town, right? So we're going to do the Belize River districts and so.
Looking forward to eating anything special?
Well, I'm a fisherman, right? So I eat any seafood, right? So that's what I'm looking forward to.
What's your name, sir?
Lawrence Vernon.
Can you tell me your name?
Micah.
Micah? How are you spending Easter this year?
Good.
Are you going to spend it with your family?
Yes.
Are you guys going anywhere?
Yes.
Are you going to eat anything good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You have a happy Easter.
Yeah.
All right. Did you get an Easter basket already?
Yes.
Yes, I am enjoying my Easter. I'm going to a key right now. Yes, to San Pedro.
Okay.
Yeah,
with any family?
Yes, with the boss. Okay. My data boss. Okay, thank you.
How are you spending your Easter this year?
Down south, the Downriver then Hopkins. But basically, only that. Drink, eat, have fun. Sleep.
Spending with the family or friends?
Friends.
Looking forward to eating anything special?
I would have watched, some hudut, since I don't south of Wales. I want some hudut, sorry, sahol, strengthen up the back of the wood. But that's it, nothing else special.
Preparing and consuming hot cross buns is one of Belize's long-standing Easter traditions. Wherever Belizeans are in the world, there is no Easter without hot cross buns. Tonight we show you how Tanisha Burns of Tanisha's Creation prepares her hot cross buns, the ingredients that she uses, and what makes her buns special. News 5's Paul Lopez brings us that story.
Need to grate your nutmeg.
Yeah, grate nutmeg, man. It's a full process.
Right. No shortcut.
No shortcut.
Gotta do it all in.
Okay, how much nutmeg will you grate? Because this is the hardest part and the most tedious part.
Tell you when to stop.
Continue. She's tell you when to stop. So Tanisha, you have been in existence since 2008. Tell us how and why you started Tanisha's Creations.
I come from a line of cooks.
Okay.
So, and I'm passionate about the kitchen. I've tried so many different jobs, endeavors, but it's not for me. The kitchen is where my heart lies. I started out with cakes, and then it just went from there to doing catering of pastries and different stuff like that.
Okay.
And then with the Cross Bun, I started to make bread and bun to sell. After I had my kids, I preferred staying home with them. And then from there it just grew.
Next.
Yes. Get your flour.
Get your flour.
How much cups of flour are we adding here?
We're going to put that entire amount of flour.
Oh,
all of this?
How much is this?
That is 3 pounds
3 pounds of flour.
Okay.
So I did about 3/4 of the nutmeg.
Okay.
That should be enough, right?
Yes.
Flour.
All of it. You don't want too much spice. You just want it to have enough. Now you're going to get the yeast.
The yeast.
And the measuring spoon.
And the measuring spoon.
How much yeast goes
For
into
this amount, we're going to put in 2.5 tablespoons. 2.5, the green ones.
Do maths, Paul.
Wow. This is big. Is it so much yeast we're using?
For the actual measurement that I do is actually 5 for 5 pounds.
Oh, what does a little bit of yeast do versus a lot of yeast?
A little bit of yeast raises it, but a lot just makes it run over.
Make it run over.
Yes.
Does it?
Especially since you're using the warm water.
Does it affect the softness or the firmness
Not
of it?
really, but it leaves a odor that is kind of strong. So it smells like it's fermenting.
What is your key or your tip to ensure that your yeast is properly kneaded so that it rises well? Because sometimes the yeast just flops and
it just flops. You have to make sure that the yeast is actually preserved.
Okay.
If the yeast is not preserved and it's been open, then it doesn't work. Next, we're going to put in the cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Okay, so we have nutmegs, we have yeast, we have flour, and now we have a fresh bottle of cinnamon. I know why I'm closing it back.
Okay, so 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon. So we're going with the tablespoon again.
Yeah.
1 tablespoon.
Because cinnamon is really harsh, so you have to actually measure that, right?
And it's just like nutmeg.
I think this has like more of a stronger flavor. The nutmeg you could play with it a little bit, but this you have to really.
All right, so you got your cinnamon there. What do we go next?
For me to give it just a little kick, I put a little bit of grounded ginger in there.
Oh,
so just a little bit.
Actually, I enjoy ginger in Cross Buns.
Just a dash. Just a dash. So far we've done nutmeg, flour, cinnamon, yeast, and ginger. Okay.
Okay, so you can get the butter.
Okay.
And you're going to put 2 sticks of butter.
2 sticks, 2 whole sticks.
So 1 cup.
Is it 2 sticks is 1 cup?
Yeah.
How did you know that, April?
Because I cook, Paul.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Surprised. 2 sticks of butter. Oh, and this. Is it
you need some
important to have the butter a bit soft?
Yes.
Because you don't want it directly out the fridge, right?
No, because then when you're kneading, it's going to stay in their clump.
Oh, right, and you don't want that one. And so these are softer. I feel like I could make this now.
Okay. You really
need the sugar.
Sugar.
Yes, you're going to put
how much
2
sugar?
cups.
2 cups.
This you also this you measure.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you put too much sugar,
It'll
it
be
comes
too
out
sweet.
not only too sweet, but it's hard.
This feels like a lot of sugar, though. I won't lie. So you're saying your sugar is 2 cups?
Just 2 cups.
Just 2 cups.
Just 2 cups.
So I mean I'm noticing this, Tanisha, that you're just putting all the ingredients together, so there's no mix of dry ingredients or wet ingredients. Okay.
And now you're going to add your vanilla.
Vanilla. This is
You would
vanilla?
add that to your taste. How much you want to put in there?
How much vanilla you like?
Vanilla I like. I like 1 tablespoon or 2.
A tablespoon?
Is that enough?
For you, that's
me?
your preference.
I may add 2 teaspoons, but okay.
Teaspoon.
Yeah, vanilla is like cinnamon, and it's also really harsh.
Vanilla.
You want to taste your vanilla.
And now you're going to, I usually
do the coconut powder.
put it in the warm
you put
water.
the coconut powder in the warm water. 1 cup is enough. It may be.
Don't put all of it because you have to do it and then
knead.
Make it come together.
So so you done wrap up your sleeves? Your sleeves are up?
Yes.
All right.
Just ensure that we're good here.
Okay.
And then you just get in, right?
Yes.
Get in, mix all the ingredients. You know knead bread?
Of course.
You know how to do
We're
this?
not going to have a flat surface right now. No. What are we looking for in terms of consistency?
You don't want it to be too soft, but you don't want it to be too dry.
How long do you leave it to rise after you have kneaded your...
About 10 to 15 minutes.
And just like that, I did a thing.
Did you do a thing? Did you really?
We're going to divide it.
Okay.
And then you got to roll that.
All right.
I roll it like if I had to roll 30.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
As long as you get it come together so it doesn't have any lumps. But that is, you don't have to roll again.
Yeah.
You can use that piece to set across.
And when you guys are finished, you can give me to put it in the oven, and then I'll have the.
You have the final product?
Yeah, I'll have the TV magic.
After the break, improved security systems coming to Belize. But first, here's the weather update with data from the National Meteorological Service.
Indulge in the ultimate getaway with San Pedro Belize Express Water Taxi. From March 29th to March 31st, embark on a journey to Belize's most spectacular destinations, San Pedro and Key Cocker. Relax and unwind as our experienced captains navigate you through scenic routes. Whether you seek thrilling adventures or simply wish to bask in the sun, our Easter ferry service is tailored to your desires. Our catamaran vessels will be the highlight of your trip, offering an unparalleled experience with comfortable seating and breathtaking views. Secure your tickets now and embark on an unforgettable expedition to discover Belize's natural splendor and create lasting memories with San Pedro Belize Express Water Taxi. Seize the moment with your loved ones and let the magic of adventure unfold. San Pedro Belize Express Water Taxi, your gateway to a thrilling adventure on the islands.
At The Oasis, we believe in the art of celebration. Our exquisite range of wines adds a touch of elegance to every celebration. Elevate your sports night with the finest spirits from the Oasis. Savor the victory with every sip. Love, laughter, and the perfect blend. Whether it's a romantic evening or a casual get-together, our spirits set the mood. The Oasis is your destination for all occasions. Visit us today and discover a world of taste, quality, and elegance. The Oasis, where every bottle tells a story.
For 19 years, SMART has been the pulse of our nation. A journey of growth, innovation, resilience, and unity.
From the first call that bridged distances to the data that brought us closer than ever, SMART has been there, weaving threads of connection across our beautiful land.
We have been active in providing innovative solutions to enhance our customers' lifestyles. Over the years, SMART has developed and provided various services to meet customers' needs.
To the dreamers, doers, and the believers, thank you for making SMART a part of your story. For 19 years of trust, loyalty, partnership, and shared experiences.
As we celebrate 19 years of connecting lives and dreams, let's keep the rhythm alive. Together, let's continue to shape our future one connection at a time.
Come and be a part of the SMART family, where we empower you and our country today, tomorrow, and beyond.
SMART, bringing people together.
The Ministry of Economic Development is currently in the process of implementing several projects that aim to increase the quality of living in the country. One of those projects includes improved security systems across the country. Through funding from CABE, the ministry is seeking to build half a dozen police stations in specific areas across the country. We spoke with the CEO of the Ministry of Economic Development, Dr. Osman Martinez, for more details.
Under the Resilient Rural Police Program, which is under CABE, presently we are in the process of building 6 police stations. So one of the police stations will be in Santa Elena, the other one in Belmopan, the third one in Kikaker, the fourth one in Belize City, the 5th one in San Narciso, and the 6th one in Bella Vista Village in the southern part of the country. And the aim is to start the buildings or to have groundbreaking by July of this year. Presently, the consultants are doing the feasibility studies, and they have completed the feasibilities for the first 3 police stations, which is Santa Elena, Belmopan, and Bella Vista. So that is one project. The second project under that CM bank, CABE, is the Citizen Security Project, which it will be the phase 2 of the surveillance camera, which will have an integrated system to an E911 system, but at the same time we will integrate everything into a system where it will have an AI component, and we will be able to collect the data, especially for the police department. And the police department is the one who will manage the data and also use it as a way of preventing crime.
Big technological changes are coming to Belize. As previously reported, the University of Belize will soon be acquiring the country's first forensic lab. This significant acquisition is just one of the projects in progress to advance Belize's resources. According to the CEO of the Ministry of Economic Development, Dr. Osman Martinez, more focus is now being placed on solar energy.
The other projects that are with CABE is the Forensic Science Lab, which the feasibility study is ongoing. The Forensic Science Lab will be at the University of Belize campus. That is where it will be established. It will be a modern forensic science lab, and so that will be very good for the country, but also to help us to educate our university students. Then with the Southeast Fund, we have the tertiary hospital, which we have moved on now with that's the Belmopan Hospital. We will be signing the feasibility study sometime. I am hoping that by April or May at the latest, the feasibility studies for the tertiary hospital. And then along with those, with the study funds, we are also working in terms of getting the solar panels, the solar farms. And the first 20 megawatts might start to come this year. It might be, so the construction of the first 20 megawatts will be done this year. And then along with NCC, which we will be negotiating, or Belize will be negotiating a $250 million grant. It's a $250 million grant that will be negotiated in Washington within the week of April 15 to the 18th of April of this year. So that again will be huge, and that will have an impact within the education sector and the energy sector. Then we have with the World Bank, we're doing the Blue Cities and Beyond program, and that will impact Belize City, the sewer system, drainage, also Placencia, Dangriga, and San Pedro, and also Punta Gorda. So it's our hope that Blue Cities and Beyond program can help us to reduce poverty, and at the same time to have climate resilient projects.
The Green Climate Fund is the world's largest climate fund developed as a part of the historic Paris Agreement. It aims to mobilize funding to support developing countries to achieve their ambitions towards ensuring low emissions and climate resilience. Belize has received a $50 million grant that will be used for the protection of the country's environment. CEO Osmond Martinez explained the significance.
Recently, $50 million project were approved through the Green Climate Fund, and is the first one of its kind. And what is important with that project is that it's a grant, meaning free money for Belize. And there is no condition that they have asked us to give anything. At the contrary, we are fighting for climate finance, climate finance justice for our country, because Belize have done very well in terms of protection of the environment, which means that the protection of the environment help us in terms of turning carbon dioxide into oxygen, and which keeps people alive. Therefore, Belize is a carbon sink country, but for generations, or for centuries, Belize has been a carbon sink country, and Belize didn't receive any dollar or benefit for it. No, we are saying, listen, through the Green Climate Fund, Belize must get big projects which will benefit the Belizean people.
On Wednesday, the Statistical Institute of Belize published the findings of the Multidimensional Poverty Index, which is a direct measure of poverty across various dimensions of well-being, such as health, education, employment, and living standards in Belize. The MPI seeks to move away from the single monetary dimension of measuring poverty and instead studies what percentage of the population is multidimensionally poor and what percentage of all the indicators poor households are deprived of. The findings of the MPI for September 2023 reveal that incidents of multidimensional poverty were down by 10.1%. Statistician Christian Oriana explains.
For the period September 2023, the incidence of multidimensional poverty is 26.4%. That means that 26.4% of the population is multidimensionally poor. The intensity of multidimensional poverty is 38.4%. That means that on average, a poor household had a deprivation score of 38.4%. And our national MPI is 0.101. We can also look at poverty statistics in two ways: for the total population of the country and for the households of the country. A total of 103,944 persons were multidimensionally poor among 24,096 households. We now compare the 2023 MPI results to the 2021 MPI results. A decrease of 10.1% was observed for the incidence. This is a result of 38,596 individuals among 8,902 households coming out of being multidimensionally poor since the 2021 pandemic landscape, notably due to decrease in the share of the population that experienced deprivations in areas such as underemployment, food insecurity, employment, and cooking fuel. Now, when we compare the intensity between the 2 years, it can be observed that the severity of poverty among the poor remains the same with very little change, from 39.2 in 2021 to 38.4 in 2023.
When we return, Azielco and Cotec finding tech solution for real-world challenges.
And get a chance to win a $10,000 homecation with Benny's. Quality and savings.
Flying is fun, but it can also be dangerous. Fly kites safely by following these tips. Never use wire, metallic thread, or wire-reinforced strings. You could be electrocuted. Remember, even a safely built kite can cause a power outage if it gets caught in a power line. always use paper, plastic, or wood to build kites. Never fly kites near power lines, in the path of traffic, aircrafts, or near highways. Always fly kites with a responsible adult in open areas, in dry weather, and with clear visibility. Never attempt to remove your kite from a power line. Always call BEL at 0800-235-2273 if your kite gets caught in a power line. Belize Electricity Limited. We care about your safety.
For 19 years, SMART has been the pulse of our nation. A journey of growth, innovation, resilience, and unity.
From the first call that bridged distances to the data that brought us closer than ever, SMART has been there, weaving threads of connection across our beautiful land.
We have been active in providing innovative solutions to enhance our customers' lifestyles. Over the years, SMART has developed and provided various services to meet customers' needs.
To the dreamers, doers, and the believers, thank you for making SMART a part of your story. For 19 years of trust, loyalty, partnership, and shared experiences.
As we celebrate 19 years of connecting lives and dreams, let's keep the rhythm alive. Together, let's continue to shape our future one connection at a time.
Come and be a part of the SMART family, where we empower you and our country today, tomorrow, and beyond.
SMART, bringing people together.
Back in January, when Briceño and the PUP government, under pressure from cane farmers, hurriedly struck an agreement to prevent major public discontent going into the municipal elections, opposition leader Honorable Shine Barrow described it as nothing but a quick fix to a long-term crisis.
Merely putting not even a band-aid, I would say a transparent tape that we can all see through on a gaping wound.
The opposition leader predicted that once the elections were over, the government would break its promise.
I can't feel happy for the Caneros because we'll be back at square one in 3 months. I guarantee you within 3 months there will be no inquiry completed, there will be no analysis, no data, no nothing.
As predicted, cane farmers have had to write Briceño to complain that the Commission of Inquiry, which he promised to establish within 30 days, has still not commenced after 2 months and counting. In a follow-up release, the cane farmers wrote, BSCFA calls on the Prime Minister to stay on track and to establish the Commission of Inquiry forthwith, or shall BSCFA have to remind him where is the track?
I would not waste my time in answering the BSCFA.
Now that the municipal elections are over, Briceño does not care what cane farmers or Belizeans in general think.
I don't care what anybody says.
On March 1st, the Airwing of the Belize Defense Force successfully concluded night exercises designed to test the speed of its response time to nocturnal alerts. With a fleet that now boasts aircraft equipped with state-of-the-art long-range cameras, the BDF Airwing stands ready as never before to execute vital intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions from the skies at all times. The Ministry of National Defense and Border Security, committed to enhancing the operational capabilities of our defense forces.
Upcoming enhancements to My Social Security. The new healthcare provider feature seamlessly connects healthcare providers, insured persons, and employers to facilitate the payment of sickness benefits. Here are the enhancements. Registered healthcare providers will create and submit online medical certificates using their healthcare provider accounts. Insured persons will receive a link to view the medical certificate to complete and submit their sickness benefit claim. And employers will receive an email notification of their employee's sickness claim. Also, the insured person and their employer will receive a copy of the claim decision letter after review. Healthcare providers, insured persons, and employers are encouraged to create a portal account to access and benefit from these new services on My Social Security at ssbportal.org.bz. My Social Security online portal. New healthcare provider feature coming this March. Social Security at your fingertips.
App development may still be considered a niche market in Belize, as local technological advancements are finding their place in the day-to-day lives of Belizeans. Undoubtedly, however, as our society advances, the demand for innovative technological solutions will increase. That is why Aziel Koo and his team at CodeTech are tapping into this market to provide everyday technological solutions for real-world challenges in business. The company's name may not be familiar, but you may have likely interacted with some of their work. News 5's Paul Lopez has more for us in tonight's installment of Belize on Real.
Meet Aziel Koo, the owner of CodeTech, a tech company based in Orange Walk Town that has been developing apps that make a difference.
We have been very blessed that God has given us options, and our technology has now been adapted really by the government to see its potential. And they've embraced technology moving forward, and the Postal Service had reached out to us in the technology we had built. At Vistro, we had done live tracking. You could track your food order in real time, and those were components that helped a lot for the Postal Service. We worked with the Sport Council, where they wanted a way to help federations and the ministry be self-reliant with fundraising both internationally and here locally. And so we built a platform where they can share, they can sell tickets, and they would be able to work to fundraise and provide revenue for the different federations.
Recently, Koo and his team collaborated with the Orange Walk Town Council on a software program that allows drivers to renew their driver's license online. And the process is as simple as it gets. The license holder simply opens the software, scans the barcode on their license, and follow the steps provided, including paying online. As you heard, Koo is the developer behind Vistro, a popular delivery service app.
My question is always, why do you want to do it? What's the reason? As a developer, if the reason is to make money, it won't work. Because it's hard. It's hard. It could work, it couldn't. And at the end of the day, all you have is your passion. All I have is my passion. So when it's hard, no one's using it, you promote it, you push it on Facebook, you push it wherever, you pay for ads, it doesn't work. All you have is that dream and that passion. So that is what you need, and that's where the project should start. Vistro didn't make it in the first 5 months. We pushed it, nothing happened, until the 6th month when we got 1 or 2 people that actually started to use it and realized how helpful it was, and overnight 30,000 people started to download it. And we were there.
Aziel Koo has been featured in the U.S. Embassy Entrepreneur Spotlight Initiative. He was also the recipient of the Belize Youth Award in the Innovation in Technology category. With his ability to develop innovative software, one would think that Koo spent years in school to develop the skills he now possesses. On the contrary, he says that he is self-taught.
I learned a lot of it online and practice and failing and burning a lot of computers. My passion really is that I want to be someone that helps. I want to build stuff that help people, make a difference, and inspire other people. And I found that my gift is in technology. Wow. To be able to understand it and be able to explain and share with others on how they can use technology to help them move forward. My story is not much different than any other one. My dad's a taxi driver, my mom's a teacher. I just had to be passionate about it and go through it. And so I feel that it's been niche, but it's because of the hard work.
I'm Edith, an AI assistant developed by CodeTech.
Recently, Koo and his team have been pushing their interactive artificial intelligence software called Edith. The Belize Postal Services is already using the AI. Centaur Communications is also using the service.
She's an AI software that connects to companies. system. We have her, Centaur is one of our clients, where she connects to their own internal software so people can chat, get an account information and their balance through Messenger, no additional software. We've also developed Edith so that anyone can use her. So you can take a picture of a homework, a parent might not know how to do it, they can take a picture and ask Edith to explain it in Spanish, Mandarin, whatever, and she'll break it down for them. Provide questions. Teachers can upload their curriculum to Edith and she will help them understand or develop plans. That is our vision for this year.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
If you've always had a knack for themes, this is your chance to win some extra cash. The National Celebrations Commissions launched the September theme competition for Belize at 43. The annual competition is open to anyone, and the director of the Institute of Creative Arts, Kim Vasquez, went over the details of it for us.
We have this annual competition and the cash prize is $1,000. It's open to anyone, so if you want to get your creative writing juices flowing, you can send in a couple entries. Definitely you want to keep in mind ideas like patriotism, unity, cultural identity, where we are with our development as a nation. Those are some things to brainstorm around if you want to participate in the competition.
And deadline?
The deadline is the 26th of April, and you can send your submissions in by email. You can go on the social media page, the Facebook page for the National Celebrations Commission, or if you want, you can drop them off by hand at the niche headquarters at Government House.
And you can submit more than one entry?
Or you can submit more than one entry, yes.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com on both our Facebook and YouTube. I'm Annalyn Apollonia. From all of us here at News 5, have a happy and safe weekend. But before we go, we leave you with a snippet of Channel 5's annual Easter egg hunt. Good night.
Relax.
Only 995. How about you container free?
Get that thing. Check the back pocket, Rick. Check the back pocket.